schoolers with their parents.
Only. Explosive civvies at Coliseum Ford Northeast 1st and Broadway in Portland. You can't afford to miss it.
See how Portland's living La Vida Latina tonight at 11.
They're off and shopping. Up before the sun, Americans hit the stores for the start of the holiday gift-buying season. .com companies launch an all-out advertising war for a share of the business. And the Aggies of Texas A&M score a victory, even as they mourn a tremendous loss.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Hey, good evening. Dan is off tonight. I'm John Roberts. Millions of Americans set off today on a grueling 29-day marathon that will take them from mall to mall, store to store, counter to counter, fighting crowds, battling for parking spaces, and hunting for bargains. It's the holiday shopping season. CBS's Jim Axelrod reports from the starting gate.
In America, to get the best deals on the best stuff,
Gotta get that WWF stuff.
there's a simple rule at holiday time. You snooze, you lose. 6 o'clock this morning in New Jersey, and the stores were already humming. 6 o'clock.
Right? And he had time to put on no socks, no nothing.
They were literally shopping in their pajamas. Americans are expected to spend $185 billion this holiday season, up 6% from last year.
Not always like this, and this is madness.
Actually, this isn't even the worst of it, not even close. Last year, the day after Thanksgiving was just the 8th busiest of the holiday retail season. The Saturday before Christmas was the worst, which is why more and more Americans are saying there must be a better way.
For us, this is the better way.
Matthew and Jill Perry's mall days ended when their daughter Morgan was born. This afternoon, they started their holiday shopping, too.
So it's 6 filet mignons.
Every present they buy this year, they'll buy online.
So this is really better than the mall, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Could you imagine her in the mall? I'd be like a lunatic.
The Perrys are part of a growing trend. The amount of holiday shopping done online is expected to double this year to $9 billion.
Wow.
Still, a fraction of the total pie, just 5%.
You get the Pokemon Monopoly.
For now, far more Americans prefer the headaches and the hassles, the legions and the lines.
Could you see yourself, say, next year doing this all online?
No. It's fun.
Like Wanda Rodriguez, up at 5 this morning, done for the season by 7. For her, a few hours in line still beats a few online. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Jersey City, New Jersey.
This holiday season will be a critical time for many new .com businesses. So, as Anthony Mason reports, they're pouring millions of dollars into .commercials.
And now, The Giver.
Hello, I am The Giver. In a New York editing room, the CEO of Send.com is screening his website's new commercials. Just look at them. The year-old luxury gift company has yet to make a profit.
Right in the little giver.
But with $40 million in startup money this holiday season, Send.com will spend
$20 million in about 8 weeks.
That's right, half of its seed money on advertising.
I could not resist sneaking by to see how splendidly my gift of fine wine is going over.
Mike Lannon says it's a matter of survival.
You're tickling the giver.
Is $20 million the price of entry? I've heard don't even come to the table unless you have $10 million this Christmas. It's not foolhardy spending for a company in our position at this time.
Oh dear, that was not part of the plan.
So .com commercials are clogging the airwaves.
It's the holidays.
Crying for attention.
Buy wine online at wine.com.
Amazon.com has all the toys a kid could need.
Amazon.com has tripled its holiday ad budget to $100 million. For the TV networks, it's meant an early Christmas. Internet companies have bought up $1 billion worth of ad spots for the holidays. One website shopping for TV time in any of the top 10 markets was told all that was left was Detroit.
In a lot of the major markets, radio is completely sold out, increasingly television as well.
Internet strategist Patrick Keene wonders whether the money is well spent.
It'll be very interesting to see in 6 months if these companies are still alive.
If a company doesn't break through, its investors may pull out.
In internet time, you don't have the ability to wait or build or grow for 5 or 10 years. You have to do it overnight.
So computer retailer Outpost.com was ready to do anything to get noticed.
That's why we've decided to fire gerbils out of this cannon through the O and outpost.
We at least had the honor of telling people that this ad is nothing more than a shameless attempt to get you to come to our site.
Suddenly, in this cluttered.com landscape, thousands of companies are fighting for your eyeball.
It is absolutely war.
And again.
And even gerbils are used as artillery.
So close.
Anthony Mason, CBS News, New York.
Heading into the holiday shopping season, Americans have more money and apparently are in the mood to spend it. The government reported today that personal income in October rose 1.3%, and consumer spending was up a healthy 0.6%. Only a half day's worth of trading on Wall Street today. The Dow closed down 19 points. The NASDAQ was up 27, closing at yet another record high. It's been 8 days since tragedy struck the campus of Texas A&M University, the collapse of a bonfire tower that was being built to rally support for a football game against a traditional rival. That game was played today, and everywhere on and above the field and in the stands were tributes to those who died. Bob McNamara has the story from College Station.
Seldom has there ever been such a somber mood to the Texas A&M and University of Texas rivalry.
No, there's a tranquility here that usually doesn't happen on game day down here.
But after moments of silence to remember 12 young people killed in last week's bonfire tower collapse, the quiet was shattered by jets flying the missing man formation. It was the largest crowd in Texas football history. Underdog Texas A&M, trying to upset nationally ranked Texas and begin a measure of healing.
Touchdown, Aggies!
This game is really good and it's pumping everybody up.
In the meantime, across campus, a shrine now rings the site where the 12 students were killed in the bonfire collapse. And though questions remain whether safety precautions were ignored, many still believe the 90-year-old bonfire tradition should not be canceled.
We don't quit doing things because there may be a lawsuit. We keep doing things because they're right.
The Aggies. God bless us, everyone.
Long before Hollywood's portrayal of it in the early 40s, the rituals unique to Texas A&M have changed little. But understanding them all seems a mystery only students and alumni understand.
Everybody says from the inside, looking out, you can't explain it, and from the outside looking in, you can't understand it. And it's so true.
As the game moved into its last seconds, and maybe as football fate would have it, Texas A&M defeated Texas 20-16.
I think we did it as a team, and all the fans willed them to win.
And if a tragedy here a week ago broke many hearts, perhaps a game has begun to mend them. Bob McNamara, CBS News, College Station, Texas.
Still ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, the growing head count of student athletes who suffer concussions on the football field. The boy who barely survived an escape from Cuba will be allowed to stay in the United States. And La Bella Roma getting all dolled up for a big date.
Let me get this straight. I shop the JCPenney after Thanksgiving sale. I save 15 to 50%. Cool. If I shop early, I'll get an extra 10% off select items and free Rudolph stuff. Sweet. JCPenney, get the look.
My joints felt stiff. And then I tried Osteo-Biflex, a special blend of glucosamine and chondroitin. Over time, it helped renew my life.
Osteo-Biflex. Repair, rebuild, renew cartilage.
I was about as miserable as a girl could be. Heartburn worse than yesterday's coffee. And pain. My antacid didn't do the whole job. And Pepcid takes so long. Then I tried Alka-Seltzer. It just plain worked better.
Alka-Seltzer, the only one with the medicines to relieve all your symptoms.
It really works fast.
And only Alka-Seltzer has the effervescent power to speed relief.
Alka-Seltzer. It made a believer out of me.
Get better relief. Get Alka-Seltzer.
Want to color your gray beard or mustache and look natural? Get Just for Men Gel.
You look so natural, no one can tell. With Just for Men Gel.
Brush in and in 5 minutes, gray is gone.
No one can tell. With Just for Men Gel.
Whoa, kidding. Someone refill that Glade plug-in.
For lasting freshness, don't forget to refill your Glade plug-ins.
Plug it in, plug it in.
A small single-engine plane bound for Dulles International Airport in Virginia crashed after takeoff this morning in Newark, New Jersey. The plane exploded in flames as it plowed into a factory and fast food restaurant, spraying cars with debris. A couple and their teenage daughter on board the plane were killed. 20 others were injured on the ground. The pilot had been warned against taking off in the rain and fog, but the cause of the crash is not yet known. A rescue operation is underway tonight off the coast of Norway after a ferry carrying almost 90 people ran aground and sank. Helicopters and boats rushed to the scene to pick up survivors. Norwegian officials confirmed 10 deaths. 12 others are feared drowned. Passengers and crew abandoned the sinking catamaran in life rafts and by jumping into the rough seas. For a young Cuban boy who beat all the odds to be rescued at sea, tonight there is finally an identity and a story to go with it. Only a day after Florida fishermen found him clinging to an inner tube on Thanksgiving, the child has left the hospital for a new life in a new country. Cheryl Atkinson has his story.
His name is Elian Gonzalez. He has a father still in Cuba and cousins he just met in Miami who came to the hospital today to bring him home.
The first thing that came to my mind, how did he survive by himself when he's only 5? And I'm still thinking about it, and the only thing I could probably say that it's just a miracle. God wanted him here for freedom.
So he's here.
And he's here, and he will get it.
14 people left Cuba Sunday on a tiny boat so crowded and unstable, they used inner tubes to try to steady it.
It was an overloaded vessel. There were 14 people on a small 17-foot aluminum boat. That vessel was probably doomed from the time it left Cuba, just because it was so severely overloaded.
When the boat sank Tuesday, only half of the refugees, including Elian and his mother, managed to grab onto inner tubes. Thursday morning, 2 survivors washed ashore. Then boaters spotted little Elian floating alone in the Atlantic, clutching his deflating inner tube.
I also want to thank very much the people who found him, because it was like a God who sent to them to get him okay, and I really thank you, fishermen who found him. I really do.
Thousands of desperate Cubans have risked their lives in the dangerous journey to Florida. Elian's mother is believed to have drowned, but her wish for a new life for her son is being realized. U.S. officials announced today Elian and the other 2 survivors will be allowed to stay in the United States. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
Next up on the CBS Evening News are all those television ads for prescription drugs adding to the price of the drugs.
There's nothing like the way I feel after a good night's sleep. That's why I love my Tylenol PM. For me, there's just no reason to have trouble sleeping. I take Tylenol PM before bed. It stops my pain and helps me sleep. So I'm ready for another great day.
Nobody in America sells more office products to more businesses than Office Depot.
You can shop our store.
Taking care of business.
Or you can shop our catalog.
Taking care of business.
You can shop online.
Taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business and working overtime. Work out.
Office Depot, taking care of business.
I'm on an all-night flight when suddenly, terrible heartburn. The guy in the next seat says, "Here, try this, Zantac 75. Thanks, I say. I really ought to talk to a doctor about what to try. He says, you just did.
The medicine in Zantac 75 is the #1 doctor-prescribed acid reducer. It relieves even your toughest heartburn, controlling acid for up to 12 hours.
Thanks, doctor, wherever you are.
Zantac 75 for tough heartburn. Doctors know.
Nobody does it like you. He lives on the carpet. You want it to be clean. Hoover Wind Tunnel reaches deep down to pick up more dirt than any other clean air upright or canister. Hoover. Deep down, you want Hoover.
I'm the Black & Decker floor buster. I eat broken glass for breakfast. I eat cat litter for lunch. Let's just say I have an insatiable appetite. I'm the floor buster. I'm built by Black & Decker.
Out here, am I supposed to say, slow down, I'm constipated? I don't think so. So I rely on doctor-recommended Metamucil. Works with my body, gently, which is important to a sensitive guy like myself.
A published report out today says the FDA's 1997 decision to allow television ads for prescription drugs has had two noteworthy side effects. Americans are taking more medicines and they're paying more for them, a lot more. Jerry Bowen has more on the story.
They're hard to miss, those TV ads promoting prescription drug remedies for everything from impotence,
Ask your doctor about Viagra,
to allergies. Claritin.
It's time. It's time.
But they work. The ads, that is. Americans spent $100 billion on prescription drugs last year, up 84% from 5 years ago. And the cost went up, too, by 40%. Insurers say consumers are being enticed to spend more than necessary.
Patients are encouraged to want drugs that they may not find medically needed. Unfortunately, that means that our friends and neighbors, through higher insurance premiums, are forced to pay for these.
Drug companies spent nearly $500 million in just the first 7 months of this year promoting the top 10 medicines, advertising costs that are being passed on to consumers.
I guess I can learn just as well through my doctor without having those increased advertising costs.
It's just more information. I'm not sure that it drives them to say, I have to have that.
I told my doctor.
But studies indicate one effect of the ad blitz is that people are visiting their doctors more often. The drug makers say the ads are educating consumers.
More and more Americans are taking charge of their own health care, and they're increasingly using medicines that are able to keep them out of the hospital, off the surgery table, on the job, and in the home.
Critics say the cost of the heavily advertised prescription drugs will likely continue to increase, and consumers will be forced to deal with the question of whether the benefits are worth the price. Jerry Bowen, CBS News, Los Angeles.
News tonight about another marketing strategy by major drug manufacturers. They say they're boosting year-end stockpiles of prescription drugs in case of hoarding by consumers who fear a Y2K disruption in supplies. Glaxo welcomed boosted inventories by 15%. Number one insulin supplier, Eli Lilly, has a 50% increase in supply. And Bristol-Myers Squibb ordered extra raw ingredients to boost drug production if it's needed. Up next on the CBS Evening News, 'tis the season for football concussions. And it's not just the pro players who are at risk.
This delicious green bean casserole is not the only way to enjoy French's French fried onions. Even standard spuds become a savory side dish.
At the head of his cooking class.
Mom, you've got French's.
Oh, that was some meatloaf.
And some heartburn.
Oh, yeah.
Want some Tums?
We could try these new Pepsid AC gel caps.
Are you kidding? They aren't going to be fast like Tums. They're just as slow as regular Pepsid.
Tums calcium neutralizes acid fast. Pepsid gel caps famotidine has to go all through your bloodstream before it starts controlling acid, so it's just as slow as regular Pepsid.
Well, so you want to wait? Or you want the Tums?
Forget about it. There's the Tums.
Oatmeal lovers, book a chapel in Vegas. If you have a passion for moist, chewy oatmeal and satisfying chunks of real fruit, then say I do to new Nutri-Grain Fruitful Squares. Fill up and you're good to go.
Let me get this straight. I shop the JCPenney after Thanksgiving sale. I save 15 to 50%? Cool. If I shop early, I'll get an extra 10% off select items and free Rudolph stuff? Sweet. JCPenney, get the look.
Most daily shower cleaners leave oily-looking residue on chrome, but Shower Shine leaves nothing but shine. Use your head and get Shower Shine from the scrubbing bubbles. They work hard after every shower, so you don't have to.
In this life, there's just no stopping. No break for a hacking cough. No rest for a raw, sore throat, aches, fever. But when you're desperate for relief, there is TheraFlu. Fast, powerful, hot liquid therapy. With the first sip of that soothing hot liquid, you feel relief is on the way. Soon your throat is soothed, your cough calmed. Maximum strength TheraFlu. Now in new honey lemon chest congestion and cough. Instant comfort, powerful relief.
On the CBS Health Watch, if you've been watching football today, here are some stats that they didn't tell you. Two recent studies on sports-related injuries found 63,000 student athletes each year suffer concussions, 63% of them in football. And just 2 hard blows to the head are enough to cause long-term thinking impairment. Elizabeth Callahan has a heads up for you tonight from the School of Hard Knocks.
When he gets batted down
for the big sack.
It's the kind of tackle that gets football fans cheering. But for Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman, it was an unenviable career milestone. His 7th concussion, taking him out of the game for nearly the whole month of November.
At this time, I'm not considering walking away from the game.
Aikman is only one of a growing number of football stars to have their seasons interrupted by concussions. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Steve Young is still out after this tackle, his 4th concussion in 3 years. And the incidence of this type of head injury among high school and college players is on the rise. Neurologists say a football-related brain injury occurs once in every 4 games. And studies show that players who return to the gridiron following a concussion increase their odds of getting hurt again.
There really is no such thing as a minor concussion.
Dr. Jay Rosenberg distributes concussion evaluation cards to high school and college teams. These cards help coaches determine the severity of a head injury, important because concussions can lead to learning disabilities, even permanent brain damage.
In the worst scenario, with repetitive concussions, there's actually damage to the wiring system of the brain, and the wires are snapped and the cells die.
Players often ignore the symptoms to get back in the game too soon.
There's pressure to play. I mean, is Thanksgiving the same without Dan Marino and Troy Aikman? No, it's a little different. So there's a pressure from the league and the organization to have those players out there.
At age 29, Merrill Hodge had to end his career as a running back after a series of concussions.
After my second one, I mean, you could take me around the block in my neighborhood, and I wouldn't be able to get back home. I had no sense of where anything was.
He's still plagued by headaches and bright lights, but sees clearly enough to make of himself a cautionary tale, urging football players, both amateur and professional, to recognize that a head injury is not something that always heals. It can mean being sidelined for life. Elizabeth Caledon, CBS News, New York.
Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, the countdown to a Roman holiday.
I am the Scum Buster. I make scum and mildew problems disappear. I make grease and dirt problems go away. If you got a messy situation, believe me, no one's got to know. I'm the Scum Buster. I am built by Black & Decker.
It's time for your heartburn to kick in because your heartburn relief gave out. It happens 2 or more days a week, even though you've treated it and changed your diet. That frequent, persistent heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease, potentially serious.
It's Prilosec time. Time to see your doctor about prescription Prilosec. Your results may vary, but for many people, Prilosec provides 24 hours of complete heartburn relief with 1 daily dose. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 24 hours of complete heartburn relief is possible. It's Prilosec time.
Nobody in America sells more office products to more businesses than Office Depot.
You can shop our store.
Taking care of business.
Or you can shop our catalog.
Taking care of business.
You can shop online.
Taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business and working overtime. Work out.
Office Depot, taking care of business.
We know you're out there. The fanatics. The ones who think every tooth deserves special attention. That's the radical idea behind the new Mentadent Surround. It's the only toothbrush with an outer base that moves, while its bristles wrap and surround teeth for a clean so complete you can feel it. All of which makes the sugar honeys want to sing hallelujah. New Mentadent Surround, meant to be different. Are you meant for Mentadent?
It's just 35 days and counting until the year 2000. The center of the world's celebrations will be Rome. The Great Jubilee there begins 4 weeks from tonight, Christmas Eve, with the opening of the Holy Door at St. Peter's Basilica. Mark Phillips reports from the Eternal City on the countdown to Y2K AD.
If ever there was a place to throw a millennium party, surely that place is Rome.
This is, after all, supposed to be a celebration of a milestone of the Christian calendar, and the Pope himself has declared 2000 a pilgrimage year and invited everyone to come. In fact, the Vatican's already started the fun with this bash, unveiling the newly restored facade of St. Peter's Basilica. And where the church has led, the Romans have followed. Thou shalt refurbish has become the 11th commandment. Barely a cobblestone or an ancient monument has escaped the restorer's hand. All funded by a minister of culture who sees Italy's architectural heritage the way ministers in the Arabian Gulf see oil.
This country didn't see its culture as an economic resource for a long time, and now it does.
Restoration money, about $2 billion worth, has poured into town, and the mayor smiled.
That is music for my ears.
The construction noises.
No, because it means that the city is improving.
But improving how? Many have argued that a city designed for horses and chariots, but that's now choked with traffic, needs more than just a facelift. It needs subways, not more invading hordes of tourists.
The town today risks to be an enemy of people.
In Rome today, ancient battlegrounds have new combatants. The battle over Rome's millennium plans may not be as bloody nor the stakes as high as the great gladiator battles fought here almost 2,000 years ago. But there are those who believe quite strongly that Rome's obsession with its past is jeopardizing its future. And all the restoration has certainly made life more difficult here in the present. Just try getting around town while all this work is being done.
In Rome, you wake up in the morning and you try to understand how to do. If I have to go there, it will take 2 hours to go and come back.
Yet what's 2 hours, the archaeologists ask, in a landscape embracing 2,000 years of history, and where the ancient ground is still revealing long-hidden secrets?
Everywhere you go, there's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of stuff.
So where do you stop digging?
You don't stop digging.
The joke here is that it will all be ready in time for the millennium. But which one?
The third millennium.
By dressing up the old town rather than modernizing it, Rome is applying the lesson it's learned best over its long history. Whatever happens in life, you've got to have what they call la bella figura. You've got to look your best. In Rome, I'm Mark Phillips on the countdown to 2000.
And that's the CBS Evening News. Now, from 60 Minutes, here's Mike Wallace.
Why does the military insist this Army officer committed suicide when the evidence points to murder? Maybe it will make sense to you. It did not to us. Also, how much sense does it make to let the Internet invade your privacy? 2 of the stories Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Dan Rather will be back again on Monday. I'm John Roberts, CBS News in New York. Thanks for joining us. Good night, and have a great weekend.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the Internet and on our interactive partner, America Online, at keyword CBS News.